pleasant good afternoon. Welcome to another exciting episode of Chamber TV. On today's show, you'll hear about plans for Small Business Month and information about bicycle-friendly businesses. Plus, we'll have some Chamber factoids and our question of the day. Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Hibbard and Cliff Cumber.
Hello everybody, welcome. Our guest co-host today is Cliff Cumber. He's filling in for John Bailey this month. You might recognize Cliff from the Frederick News Post Daily 5 videos. We got a pro this month to help us out. Thanks for joining us.
I'm glad to be here. It's watched by literally a dozen of people.
It is.
literally a handful of people watch the Daily 5. But thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I like to think of myself as a slightly older and better looking version of John Bailey.
Okay.
Well, one of those. Sorry, John.
One of the reasons that we asked Cliff to join us, other than the fact that we think he's wonderful, is that he's going to be co-presenting a workshop at the Chamber on June 14th. Do-it-yourself public relations. He's going to share some insider secrets.
That's interesting, because you are actually co-presenting something of exactly the same name.
I am!
Wow, how did that happen?
Maybe our paths will cross that day.
Yes, we represent the good and the bad of the PR.
Right.
And you can decide which.
So if you're a small business looking for some tips on public relations and media relations, please join us for that. You can find out more at frederickchamber.org. But in the meantime, let's get started with Chamber TV. If you're watching online, you've already found our YouTube channel. You can also connect with us on Facebook. You just search for Frederick Chamber TV. And you can also join the conversation on Twitter by using the Chamber TV hashtag.
They know what a hashtag is, right?
Yes, they know.
Okay, good. Excellent. Well, am I mentioning the Chamber's community blog here?
Yes.
Excellent. That's good to see. So, if you want to contribute something to the Chamber, and it is a worthy organisation to which to contribute something, you can submit something about something good that happened in Frederick County. This is good news. You know, I often get blamed for a lot of bad news.
Right. We just try to sort of balance out the other media that's...
Oh, Jessica, now we try and balance ourselves out too, you know, but this is good news about stuff that's happening in Frederick County, and you are welcome to submit it. I guess they just go to the webpage, right?
Yep, it's positivelyfrederick.org. And our featured story this month is the Kiwanis Club of Frederick. They submitted a post about their annual awards for the most improved middle school student in Frederick County. So you can read more about it on the Positively Frederick website, which, as I mentioned, is positivelyfrederick.org.
Is that positivelyfrederick.org?
Yes.
Very good. There's nothing like repetitionary, right? So there are many organisations in Frederick that support education. We thank the Kiwanis Club for doing their part. If you've attended a fun event, or if you've had another good experience recently, you can submit your story to positivelyfrederick.org.
Excellent.
So each episode we have a new question of the month in April. We asked you to help choose a theme for this year's Expo.
That's right. We had a lot of votes, so thanks to everyone who participated in the poll. And the winner by a landslide was a secret agent theme. Exactly. So start thinking of how you're going to incorporate the secret agent theme in your Expo booth and promotions.
James Bond will be my favourite, naturally. We have a new poll this month. We want to take Chamber TV on a little summer tour. So you've got to have me in on this. Really, seriously. You've got to boot John.
Well, this is your audition, so show us what you got.
I didn't really. Right now? Oh, you meant okay. Moving on swiftly. Let us know where we should go, or you should go, or all of us, in June, July, and August.
That's right. You can select from a list of member locations, or you can propose your own ideas, and you can complete the poll online at frederickchamber.tv. It's very simple, very fun, and it'll help us out.
I think I might sign on to that. I think Rio is on the cards.
Maybe.
Yeah, Rio. Is there a Rio in Frederick? May is Small Business Month, in case you didn't know, and there are many fantastic small businesses in Frederick. Their needs can be quite different from those of larger companies.
That's true. We've invited Shabri Moore, a certified financial planner, a small business owner, and a Chamber board member, to talk with us today. Welcome, Shabri.
One minute.
Thank you.
rolled in. That's
a little help.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, so I'm going to lead off with the first question. You advise small businesses, and that question is, what's the most important thing a small business owner should do to grow and manage their financial wealth?
Planning. Really careful planning. Starting with things as simple as, what type of business entity will you have? Are you an LLC, an S-Corp, etc.? Planning in terms of how to reduce your taxes. Planning in terms of mitigating risk, and ultimately you should be planning your succession strategy, your exit strategy. So really careful planning.
Start to finish, just
Absolutely.
thinking it all through. Well, I've heard you mention that there will be some new federal regulations for small employers and the 401k programs that they offer. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Actually, those regulations for 401k plans and 403b plans have been in place for a long time. ERISA was established in 1974, and that's simply the Employee Retirement Security Act. And all it's meant to do is to protect employees and their 401k plans or any type of qualified plan. And so the employer, who is the fiduciary on the plan, is supposed to make sure that things like the investments available, the mutual funds, any type of investments are well diversified, that the employees understand what's going on and to offer educational opportunities for them, and most importantly, to make sure that the fees are reasonable and disclosed. So here's what's happened. Over the years, a lot of companies have been sued, big companies, small companies. Big companies such as, well, I can't name them, but there's a couple of big ones right here in Frederick who were sued for millions of dollars, ended up settling for close to $18 to $20 million. Settling.
Well, she could name them, but she'd have to give a list.
That's okay, I'll look them up later.
Okay, great. It's public knowledge. Small companies are sued too. So the Chamber has a lot of small business owners. They've been sued for, well, not Chamber members, of course, but small businesses have been sued. And they're settling for anywhere from $50,000 to several $1 million.
Wow.
That's a lot of money. I don't know anybody who can afford that. So what do you need to do if you're a small business owner to protect yourself? Well, the bottom line is, number one, make sure you understand that as the owner, you are a fiduciary. What does that mean? That means you have to have done those things, like making sure that you have the right investments and that your employees know what's going on and that they know what they're paying for all of that. The other thing is make sure that you are working with someone who's an accredited investment fiduciary. And if you think that the person who put that plan into place for you is doing that, they probably aren't. So you need to double check that and make sure all of that's in place. One of the things we did at More Wealth last year was build a fiduciary management program. Rolled it out in December. We have 23 clients right here in Frederick right now who we're working with. We expect this to be one of the biggest growth areas. The Department of Labor has hired 11,000 new auditors beginning in 2012 who are going to audit businesses. So they're out there.
So get ready, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Frederick's a great place to do business. A number of small businesses are here in Frederick. And I'm curious to know what made you open up shop here and what keeps you here, why you continue to do business in this community.
Yeah, I love Frederick. It's a great community, great people, raised my kids here, raised me and my family. It's a wonderful business community. They're really warm and welcoming, and business owners help each other, people help each other. It's a great place to live and to work.
Good.
That's for sure.
Yeah, well, as a small business owner, how do you think your company has benefited from Chamber membership?
As a small business, our whole business is built on relationships, and small business does business with small business. Our fearless leader here, Rick Adams, I don't know where he is today, but he should be here.
On vacation.
If he was.
Must be nice.
Yeah. At any rate, he is truly a visionary when it comes to building relationships. So the Chamber has all kinds of wonderful activities. First of all, we've got all the networking events. Then there are business building workshops. There's the expo where you can display what it is you do and meet other business owners. We keep up with legislative trends. There are informational workshops. I mean, I could just go on and on. There's so many great ways that we can build relationships with other business owners here in Frederick. I think the Chamber has been a wonderful conduit for doing that. And it's those relationships that build business.
Well, thank you, Shabri. Thank you for your involvement with the Chamber, and thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be here. Thanks.
All right.
So, each month we try to supply a different chamber fact. I'm learning all kinds of new things by being here. That you can use to impress your friends at cocktail parties. Do people go to cocktail parties? Did anybody go to cocktail parties anymore? Wow, that's a surprisingly large number. So you can also use them at networking events.
All right, well, since we've been talking about small businesses, I thought I'd share some numbers with you. These statistics were pulled from our member database yesterday, so they are super fresh. The Frederick Chamber has 813 member companies, and 661 of those members are businesses with 20 or fewer employees. So that means that more than 81% of chamber members are small businesses. Not too shabby.
You make small businesses out of chamber members? I'm just, no, I'm an editor, folks, this is what I do.
Oh dear.
Yeah, moving on. So
I did send him the script in advance, by the way.
I didn't realize you wanted me to rewrite it. Okay.
Moving on, member-to-member spotlight.
Things
shall
got
we?
frosty up here. So member-to-member spotlight, yes. So summer's almost here. Pretty soon the kids will be out of school. Woo! Or boo, depending on how you feel. And everyone will be taking vacations. We have a couple of travel-related member-to-member discounts to spotlight this month.
That's right. If you're traveling by car, plane, or train, we have an opportunity for you to save money. The AAA Car Care Insurance Travel Center on Buckystown Pike is a new chamber member, and they're offering an oil change for $19.95 exclusively for chamber members.
If you're traveling via Amtrak or out of BWI, you can take a shuttle from Frederick. Bayrunner Shuttle makes it easy, and they also offer a good discount for chamber members.
I just took Bayrunner Shuttle a couple of weeks ago, actually, and it was a really good experience. I can vouch for that. You can find these coupons and many more on our website, frederickchamber.org. Just go there, click on the red button that says member-to-member discounts.
Excellent, so moving on to our next section. Bicycling is a hot topic lately. May is Bike Month. Today, May 20th, is Bike to Work Day. Did you bring your bike to work? Well, it's difficult now, I guess, that's bike.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's Bike to Work Day in the DC metro area. We're putting bikes on the front burner this month and have a special guest to tell us all about biking in Frederick.
The Bicycle Escape is a bike shop here in Frederick and just recently joined the chamber. Tom Ranker, owner of the Bicycle Escape, is joining us today. Welcome, Tom.
It's a different set of wheels today, Tom.
Different setting.
So we heard that about 200 people participated in Bike to Work Day here in Frederick, and it seems that more and more people are interested in commuting by bicycle. So what holds people back from commuting by bike, and what can we do to make it easier?
Sure. One of the things is simply education. A lot of people feel that it's unsafe to ride a bicycle. Statistically, it's really a quite safe activity. The other thing is they need to know how to ride safely. You should ride like a car. Essentially, you're on the side of the road, but you travel like an automobile. Yeah.
So basically, it would be good for somebody to come to a professional, at least first of all, seek some advice.
Absolutely.
What the safest measures are for
Safety measures, as well as having your proper equipment, how to stay dry, fenders, for example. A lot of people don't think about locking their bike. They carry a 5-pound lock each way to and from work, when they could simply lock it to the pole at work and leave it there. Nobody's going to steal an unguarded bike lock.
Right, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The City of Frederick recently applied for bicycle-friendly community designation, and they received an honorable mention. I know that the ad hoc committee is doing a great job, and we expect that bike infrastructure in our area will continue to improve. So what can businesses do to be a more bike-friendly destination for their customers and their employees?
Sure, simply having a place that is secure and well lit for a cyclist to lock and secure their bike. Businesses have to take into account how many employees they have and the demand for people using bicycles as vehicles, but as a place to put clothing, so you don't have to carry your clothes to and from. Shower facilities can be really, really helpful. Businesses can also participate in the commuter check program, where they give an incentive. I think it amounts to about $20 a month for people who cycle to and from work. This is good for the businesses because the employees that ride to work tend to be healthier and more refreshed when they get to work, and I feel happier individuals.
So you could pay a ton of money to fill up your gas tank every month to commute to work, or you could make money by biking.
There you go.
Seems like a no-brainer to me.
It is a bit of a no-brainer. I think everybody should get a bike.
Yeah, and if you can't cycle to work, not everybody can, pick an errand, something that you do regularly close to your house, perhaps going to the post office. I rode a bike here. It's about a mile from our store, so it was nonsensical for me to hop in the car And I'll add, I didn't even have to ride on the road for that. There's a measured mile path. So there's a lot of good opportunities for people to commute by bicycle and look at the bicycle not as a racing machine or as a toy, but as a vehicle and a solution to a larger transportation conversation.
Awesome.
There's a couple of bucks saved right there.
Yeah.
That's right.
From here. So, okay, so you bike a lot, obviously, naturally. A living billboard for the two-wheelers.
A rolling billboard.
A rolling billboard. Yeah,
I just made that up.
Anyway, you can
It's not even in the script.
sponsor Tom, but you know, NASCAR Jack. So, where's your favorite place to bike in Frederick County?
It's a tough one. Frederick County is a wonderful spot for cyclists. The road riders are going to enjoy the country roads. I live Lewistown, a lot of wonderful country roads, covered bridges, cornfields and the like. I enjoy those very much. On the other side, I really enjoy the mountain bike trails in the Frederick Watershed and Gambrel State Park. Absolutely fantastic. So what's my favorite? Whatever I happen to be riding at that moment, I would say.
Good answer.
Yeah, really? Well, I should be hosting, okay.
Well,
All right,
well,
I
maybe.
know.
Thanks, Tom, for joining us today, and happy Bike to Work Day.
Thanks, Tom. She's got those strong legs from the bicycle.
Exactly, exactly. Well, as Cliff mentioned before, next month we may be joining you from one of our summer tour locations, but you need to help us choose where to go.
Where do you want to go?
There's a huge list online. So,
Is there really?
Yeah.
I should take a look. I should take a look. Russia. No? Okay. Well, you've got to dream big, right? So cast your vote for this week's question of the month, this month's question of the month poll, and find links to all the topics we discussed today on the Chamber TV website, frederickchamber.tv.
All right. Well, last week, on this day, we were at our golf scramble. It was a huge success despite a few rain showers throughout the day. But the Liberty Mutual ballots from their prize drawing have finally dried out from the rain. So they were one of our event sponsors, and we've invited them to draw a winner for their prize today, which is a flat screen TV on this month's episode.
Flat screen TV.
Yeah, flat screen TV. If you are at the golf scramble, you may be a winner. So, I think we have someone from Liberty Mutual here today who will be our esteemed guest choosing. Alrighty. Choose one. Paper.
Go look. Boom.
The lucky winner is
It's me. No, I'm joking.
Kent McClintock.
Yeah!
Congratulations to Kent, and thank you to Liberty Mutual. Kent, I think Liberty Mutual is going to be in touch with you to coordinate pickup of your brand new television. Congratulations.
I can see it. Looks great.
Yes, it's here today. We're going to take a picture and put it in here so you guys can see it. All right. Well, a lucky member of our studio audience will win today's Chamber TV prize, which is a complimentary registration for Leadership Technique Seminar coming up on June 29th. This ticket is a $250 value, and our lucky winner will learn about leadership principles and project management.
That's going to be an awesome course. I should take that, really, seriously. Thanks for tuning in to our 6th episode. This is made possible by the following volunteers and donors.
Randy Gray is our announcer.
We have Shabro Bistro, who provided excellent refreshments for our studio audience.
Okay, Lito's Pizza, new member, also with us today. Prize packs for our live studio audience were provided by Liberty Mutual, Specialized Engineering, Warner Construction, Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, Giant Eagle, Aspire Women's Clothing Boutique, and Frederick County Bank.
You have to take a deep breath for all those.
Yes, I mean, our prize packs are getting pretty awesome. If you're not joining us in the live studio audience, you're missing out.
Seriously, yeah. Wow. Next time it's John. I mean, you know. Join us in the live studio audience when we record our next episode, which will be Friday, June 17th at 1 p.m. Between now and then, we'll see you around town and online at frederickchamber.tv.
Thank you.